That's why Stephen A. Smith is in the news. Because y'all don't have anybody. You don't have anybody. Who you got? Who you got? Kamala Harris better not run. She better not run. I'm not in the news because I'm here. I'm in the news because the Democratic Party is here.
But the thing is, I listen to all these, these vocal liberals now, and it's like, where were you for 4 years when you had an incapacitated president? I don't know. I mean, I don't watch Smith. He seems like a nice guy. I don't remember seeing him talk about the fact that we had a brain dead president or that we had a complete conspiracy to hide that. So I disagree that Democrats suck right now. They sucked before, they suck now. I have a feeling they're going to suck after.
You did not anticipate this, did you? However, the Democrats are unpredictable as usual. Additionally, Greg Gutfeld won't just watch when you bring them to him. Keep your seatbelts up and watch as he takes down Stephen A. Smith and other woke liberals.
One of their beloved supermarket checkout line covers. Greg Gutfeld's gracing the latest cover of Variety. It says, quote, Gutfeld may be a novel phenomenon to some, but to a sizable and growing portion of the Fox News audience, he is the man of the moment. Like it or not, the nasal voice, bleep stirrer who sees no topic is off limits, is leading the pack and expanding his audience.
Greg is gaining international recognition for his ability to dismantle woke liberals. To discover how Greg dismantles them entirely, watch this video. Indeed.
Stephen A. Smith is giving his party some tough advice, saying they should be, quote, embarrassed that he's even being considered for the 2028 nomination.
If you're the Democrats, that's why Stephen A. Smith is in the news. Because y'all don't have anybody. You don't have anybody. Who you got? Who you got? Kamala Harris better not run. She better not run. I'm not in the news because I'm here. I'm in the news because the Democratic Party is here. Damn it, lower than that. Down at the bottom. They suck right now. Horrible. Because they don't have a voice.
Additionally, Bill Maher was the one who first urged the woke folk to better themselves. Stephen A. Smith is now fighting beside him. Let me walk you through every reason why this debacle has the Democrats so furious.
You need to get the DNC out of D.C., out of the Beltway, reconnecting our message back with voters. That's job number one, right? So many parts of our coalition left us this last election cycle, right? We know that, from Latino voters to working class households to young voters to women. You can go down the list. The only two groups that we overperformed with in the last election cycle were wealthy households and college-educated voters. That's a damning indictment on the Democratic Party. We got to do a better job.
To answer your question, he was elected last week as the new chair of the Democratic National Committee. They're the same regardless of who they pick. Before Greg Gutfeld had a chance to do so, watch how Jesse thoroughly smashes them.
Carville just called him an idiot. Carville just said, basically, shut up and dribble. And if you're a Democrat, now is the time to run. It's an open primary. You don't have to run against Trump anymore. You're dealing with Harris, who's the front runner. See what I mean? So if you're a celebrity, if you're wealthy, if you're Harold Ford Jr., this is when you go for it. And I mean go for it. I still think Newsom has the inside track to get the nomination, but he'll still lose. I'm more interested on the Republican side. J.D. Vance did a great job the other day in Europe, and he's probably got the advantage. I think Megyn Kelly could be president. She is very smart. She's a great debater. She's got a good family. She's telegenic. And she's a woman. And why not now? Why not have the first female president a Republican? I think she'd do a great job. Also, Hegseth. I think Hegseth, if he does a nice job at the Pentagon over the next 4 years, Hegseth could make a run. And I think he'd do an excellent job as commander-in-chief. There's a lot of people out there. I don't think the Democrats are going to nominate a woman. They tried it twice. Hasn't worked. They're probably just going to pump the brakes on that, but they just need an athlete. Because right now, you got guys going to these games, and they look like, get me out of here. They just need an athlete who...
Jesse made a valid point, and I completely concur. The Democrats won't be back in control for a long time, though, if they continue to promote their absurd policies throughout the foreseeable future. If Barron were to run for president now, he could defeat the Democrats.
Guy is so white, he makes Jesse look like Jay-Z. He looks like every dad, like in a commercial, where the wife shows him how he can save money on car insurance because he's too stupid to do it on his own. Harold's too good looking and too smart for politics. That's reverse psychology. But the thing is, I listen to all these, these vocal liberals now, and it's like, where were you for 4 years when you had an incapacitated president?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch Smith. He seems like a nice guy. I don't remember seeing him talk about the fact that we had a brain dead president or that we had a complete conspiracy to hide that. So I disagree that Democrats suck right now. They suck before, they suck now. I have a feeling they're going to suck after because they've made it clear that within their group of people, some people are better than others. I mean, the irony of the Democrats is that there's no equality in equity. Some people are worth less based on their immutable characteristics. If you're a white straight guy, you're not as important as a female woman, a woman of color who is gay. I ticked 3 boxes there, right?
Woman, color,
gay.
yeah, got it.
Yeah, got it. So I think the problem is that you can't unify a group of people if they all feel like they're part of a hierarchy in which one matters more than the other. And you saw that in that DNC meeting when they were trying to choose a guy and they ended up with a white guy. Is he straight?
There is no possibility that he would be direct. But even if he were, there are numerous ways in which his reasoning is utterly incorrect. They are still using gender and race in the same way, despite all of their mistakes.
On that research, I need to find out. But it's like they were arguing over the gender of people. It was embarrassing. And this is why they can't find their own Joe Rogan. It's because no one can sit in that chair and after 5 minutes, you're going to be yelling at him about some tripwire he crossed, It goes, my pronoun is they. And it's like, screw you, they. All they of you.
I'm going to find out if Ken is gay.
He's
Oh, he's
married.
married. Oh, but is he married to a
He's
female?
married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, a woman.
Yes, he
And
is.
two kids.
Ew,
That's
cis-normative?
Let it go.
The
next.
judge said it well yesterday.
I
You talked about Joe Rogan being a Democrat before, and how
Yep.
you can't just find a Joe Rogan. That was a natural evolution you made, and you
And
made
a
that
smart
point yesterday.
move.
Yeah.
Harold,
Yes.
that was a smart move.
And yet again, they are still digging into backgrounds, searching for an issue to raise. But this won't take them far in the long run. Drop your thoughts in the comments section.
The real issue here is that he's talking a big game about transparency, but he's not being transparent himself. This idea that Elon Musk shouldn't have to do financial disclosures like everybody else who's working in the government is ludicrous.
They're
The New York
over the
Times,
Doge
they're not.
website.
No, well, also when you pull it up, it's empty right now. And President Trump said yesterday, "Oh, well, he doesn't need to do it." Caroline Levitt has said he doesn't need to do it.
Elon Musk is currently a, quote, special government employee who also owns companies that have billions of dollars in federal contracts. You said earlier this week that he has abided by all applicable federal laws, but what steps is the Trump administration taking to address that conflict of interest?
The president was already asked and answered this question this week, and he said if Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that Doge is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those